Good day, everyone. The title of our paper is Digital Literacy of Youths in the Socio-Ecological Production Landscapes and Seascapes of the Philippines. With me are my co-authors, Dr. Joane Serrano, Ms. Samantha Geraldine de los Santos, Ms. Janelle Belegal, and Ms. Noreen Alazada. As a background of the study, there is an existing challenge in balancing environmental and societal developments without the expense of the other. The University of the Philippines Open University, in partnership with UP Los Baños, launched a 2-year research program to address this challenge. The research program is titled Blending of Multimedia Approach and Satoyama Satomi Principles for Building Climate Smart Communities, or EIDR B-Smart program. It is a program approved and funded by the UP Emerging Interdisciplinary Research Program, which sets out to collect and analyze information on the biological, environmental, and cultural components of the targeted upland and coastal communities. The program also supports 4 Sustainable Development Goals, namely SDG 4, Quality Education, SDG 13, Climate Action, SDG 14, Life Below Water, and SDG 15, Life on Land. The research program also utilizes Satoyama Satomi principles to surface out connections and relationships essential to the promotion of socio-ecological production landscapes and seascapes, or SEPLs, conservation initiatives. For the rationale of our study, with recent developments, advancements in technology and digitally aided education, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, there's been widespread adoption and use of digital technologies. Although digital technology is widespread, there will still be groups or communities who are unable to access, utilize, or adapt to it. This is common among rural communities where digital resources are either scarce or falling behind. This inability can be attributed to several factors, such as the availability of resources, example, internet connectivity and gadgets, and digital literacy. Over the years, digital literacy has been analyzed in abundant academic studies. In the Philippines, there is a number of research on digital literacy and relevant concepts of information literacy, digital access, digital equity, among others. Among these studies, digital literacy has various definitions attributed to the context and settings wherein it was used. For this study, we adopted a relevant definition by Reddy and colleagues who defined digital literacy as an individual's ability to find and evaluate information, use this information effectively, create new content using this information, and share and communicate this newly created information using digital technologies. The availability of existing and new digital technologies equip and inform the youth with a set of solutions that will help them tackle problems related to climate change and SEPL's promotion. Research on digital literacy among youths residing in SEPLs, which are commonly found in rural communities, are yet to be conducted. Therefore, this study focuses on one project component of the B-Smart program, which aims to capacitate individuals, youths included, communities, and local government units on Satoyama Satomi principles and practices using multimedia materials and open online courses or MOOCs. Take note that youths are the focus of this particular survey. Specifically, this study aims to assess and analyze the digital literacy of youths in selected SEPLs in the Philippines and to discuss its implications on the promotion, conservation, and management of sepals. For the methodology of our study, we adopted the survey research design to determine the following: level of their proficiency, frequency of use, digital skills, and social networking site usage. Surveys were administered using printed questionnaires and Google Forms to youths aged 15 to 24 in our research sites. At least 70 participants were purposely selected for this survey. We used descriptive statistics to analyze our data, particularly using mean, mode, frequency counts, and percentages. For the demographics of our participant respondents, we had a total of 79. 96% of them are from Barangay Lidong in Santo Domingo, Albay, Bicol Province, Bicol Region. 58% of the respondents are male, 42% are female, and majority or 73% are students, particularly secondary school students, 46% of them. In terms of media access and internet facilities available, majority of the respondents, or almost all of them, 99%, access electricity via grid connections. Mobile data is the major access point to the internet, which was the response of 80% of the participants. Television, 65% of the participants, and the internet, 63% of them are the primary sources of their information, and they would access these information sources at least once a day. In terms of level of proficiency, we found out that a large majority of our respondents, 97% of them, are proficient with smartphone, 96% are proficient with social networking apps, 92% are proficient with the use of web browser, 91% proficient with the use of search engine, 86% are proficient with email. So you will see here that what are shown here are the top 5 answers only. When we ask them which of these devices or software are you not proficient, no? Are the participants not proficient? So 90% of them said that they are not proficient with the use of computer programming tools. 85% are not proficient with a multimedia projector. 80% are not proficient with the use of scanner. 78% and 70% are not proficient with screencast tools and conversion software, respectively. In terms of frequency of use, 85% of them said that they would always use their smartphone. 82% said that they would always use the social networking apps. And 38, 35, and 19% would always use search engine, web browser, and email, respectively. And then here below, we can see the proportion or the percentage of respondents who never use various devices and software. So we can see here that 83% said that they never used multimedia projector. 80% said they never used computer programming tools. 77% never used the scanner. 72% and 63% never used screencast tools and printer, respectively. So please take note that these findings are consistent with the earlier findings in terms of their level of proficiency in using different devices and software. So it only shows that the respondents never use or use less of those devices or software that they are not proficient. Okay, so they also gave their self-assessment in terms of their level of digital literacy. So we can see from these slides that 24% of the respondents said that they can excellently search on the internet, and they can use information and communication technologies appropriately and responsibly. Yet, about 1/5 of them, or 20%, said that they are poor in using ICTs appropriately and responsibly. Generally, respondents reported their digital literacy skills as good. So, well, they are good in navigating, searching, evaluating, using, and communicating information from the internet. They are also good in using and creating digital media and other information products. In these slides, we can also see their utilization of social networking. So all 79 respondents have accounts on Facebook. And this is followed by YouTube with 82% of the respondents. Majority, or 65%, belong to at least one community or group in their social networking accounts and have at least 100 friends on their accounts. So 66% of them. No? The major reason that they said for having no account on other social networks is they are disinterested. No? They just want to have one account, no, in as far as their social network is concerned. Okay. Furthermore, 96% or 76 of the 79 respondents would access the social networks using their smartphones, and this is followed by the use of their desktop or personal computers, 16% of them. Majority, or more than half of them, have been using social networks for more than 5 years. And they said that the average time that they would spend on social networks in one day is at least 3 hours. So this is reflected from the results as mentioned by 39% of the respondents. So the major reasons for joining social networks are to find information. So we can see that here on the table on the right. So to find information and to keep in touch with family and friends. Of course, we can also see here, following closely, more than 50% of them said that the purpose of using social networking is also to make new friends. No? And overall, 62% strongly agree that social networks, or the use of social networks, is very important. Okay, in conclusion, we can say that based on our initial results, so take note that the paper that we are presenting today is only part of a bigger study, and we only focus on the youth, no? So we can see that as a conclusion of this particular component of our study, the results are largely, of course, from one CEPOS community only. Therefore, we cannot generalize it to other CEPOS communities. But of course, there's a potential continuation and improvement of the study. No, the survey will further be expanded to other target participants in the community, of course, including the local government units. No, and respondents have been basic digital literacy skills and access, but of course, this further needs improvement. No, maybe we can further conduct capacity building programs like training to further develop their skills in gathering relevant information from the internet, and of course to improve their proficiency in the use of other relevant devices and software. And results, our results provide important inputs on the development of our planned multimedia materials and open online courses, which is an important component of our Be Smart program. No? So, and then of course, initial promising results also, we found promising results for the promotion of the CEPOS conservation, sorry about that, conservation initiatives. Of course, through the medium that the youths are more comfortable in using. So that ends our presentation, and these are some of our references. Thank you very much, and congratulations to the conference organizers.